Hello and welcome to chair yoga, 30 minutes. I'm going to have 10 minutes at the end, which is going to be just breathing and meditation. Great. We're going to start by bringing the soles of the feet firmly onto the ground and walk ourselves a little bit further forward here so that the buttocks are on the edge of the seat. And then just hands onto the knees, close your eyes and start breathing slowly all the way into the lower belly. All the way in, all the way out without any rush. Feel your chest rise, feel your ribcage expand. Not just about the stomach here, feel your whole upper body expand as you breathe in and contract as you breathe out. Every time you inhale, feel that breath going into every part of the body. And every time you exhale, feel yourself relax. Feel every part of your body soften. Feel the shoulders drop down a little bit. And more on every exhale. We're just getting heavy in the body. And try and slow down your exhalation. Keep the breathing in just as it was before. Slow and relaxed and deep. But those exhalations are just going to be more paced, slower. We're activating our parasympathetic nervous system. Or even quicker than we would if we were just breathing in slowly and out slowly. Now keep your eyes closed. And on the next exhalation, drop your chin to the chest. And then roll the shoulders up towards the back and down, and bring your hands towards the backrest or towards the back of the chair here, so the back of the seat, sorry, just so you can squeeze your shoulder blades without that pressure coming from just the shoulders. So not that strength in the shoulders, but also you're holding on here. And we're opening up the chest. Gently push your tailbone to the back. Your big bone comes down towards the seat. And from here, slowly drop your right ear to the right shoulder. Keep the eyes closed. There's no need to open them. Unless you want to look, if you're doing everything right. But that's about how we're feeling here. So imagine a nice and straight spine. We're squeezing the shoulder blades. We're getting stretch in the arms here as well. Of course, we're focusing on a stretch in our neck muscles here as well. Now from here, slowly turn your head so that your chin comes towards the shoulder. Feel an extra deep stretch, maybe going all the way down into your left arm. Now remember those breaths, and remember keeping your breath slow and relaxed. And then let your chin get a little bit heavier. Let it come towards your collarbone, so halfway between your chest and your shoulder. And I know the arm's gonna feel quite warm now. Stay with that sensation. And on the next exhale, slowly roll the chin to the chest. Hands stay where they are. Unless you need a little break, then let go and come back to where they were. And on the next inhale, take your left ear to the left shoulder. And take deep breaths here. Stretching into the right side here. Neck, shoulder, arm. You'll probably feel your hands getting warmer as well. Deep, slow breaths. Good. Now take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, turn your chin towards your shoulder. All the way towards the shoulder, straightening the head a little bit more. You're no longer dropping it, just gently dropping it towards the shoulder. But that left ear is reaching for the back wall. Keep squeezing the shoulder blades. Keep breathing into your body. It's remarkable what these longer holds can do and how much we can feel here. Good. Now slowly, on an exhale, let your chin come down towards your collarbone. Take your time here. There's no rush at all. Good. Couple more breaths here. And then slowly roll the chin to the chest. And we release the hands. Just bring them back onto your thighs. See how you feel here, what that's done. Should feel like relief, but also should feel quite good and open. Now slowly raise the head. And then raise the head all the way to the ceiling. Maybe looking up to see how your neck muscles are feeling. Roll the shoulders to the back again, but this time keep the hands on your knees. And look up. Deep breaths here as you're stretching the throat. Don't let your shoulders come towards the ears. Very good. From here, slowly bring the head back to center and then drop the chin to the chest. From here, interlock the hands in front of you, palms towards you, and round your back. Push the palms away from you. So still, palms towards you, but we're pushing the hands away from us towards the front. Good. And the back is rounded. We keep rounding as we breathe into our body. As we breathe out. And then from here, palms away from us, raise the arms, raise the torso, straighten all the way. Eyes can be open now. Slide your shoulders down. So we keep the arms straight, but we want to slide the shoulders down as low as we can. Very good. We'll take a few deep breaths here. Good. Now keep the shoulders low, and on an exhale, reach over to the right. Very good. And you feel that nice deep stretch in the left side. Keep looking to the front if that's comfortable. Look down towards your right hip if you like. And we'll hold for a little bit longer. You're doing well. I know these longer holds are quite uncomfortable sometimes, but they do release a lot of that tension that we want to get rid of. A little bit longer, a little bit more. Good. And then from here we come up and we look back to the front. Reach the arms high again. If you want to break here, relax the arms, shake them off. If not, stay with me. The palms push away from us, but the shoulders are quite nice and low here. Okay. And that in itself can be super tough. Maybe not for you, maybe it's just me. But this in itself gives a lot of strength here. We're working with our own body's resistance. And we're breathing slowly. Good. Now from here, on an exhale, take the arms over to the left, stretching into the right side. You don't have to go super far over. Feel both butt cheeks equally firm on your seat here. You don't want to tip over onto the left one or anything like that. Really grounding yourself here. And if you want, look down towards your left hip. Just a few more breaths here. And then we'll slowly come back up. And we release. Well done. Now shake off. Good. And while we're here, we're going to roll into the shoulders. Just keep the hands completely relaxed. As you take the shoulders forwards, up towards the back and down in your own time. We want to make this a controlled movement. So you can go a little bit faster than me if you want, but don't just go like this. We want to really feel our muscles work here. You feel us reaching into the scapula here. Every time we go to the back, there's that shoulder blade action. You might hear something, you might just hear your breath. If you do, that's great as well. Deep breaths. Few more. Good. And now go the other way. Shoulders to the back and then to the front. Very good. Now stay soft here in the arms and in the shoulders. And keep that movement quite controlled. You might find one direction easier than the other. You might find it more comfortable than the other. Maybe both feels quite uncomfortable. I don't know. A few more till we go further. Brilliant. Now one more time, up towards the back and down. And from here, bring your top of the left hand onto the right waist, top of the right hand onto the left waist. If that's too much, just hands onto the lower back is fine as well. We're going to turn our head to the left. Good. We'll just stay here, breathing into the lower belly. And you should feel this here in your sides. Even if you've got the tops of the hands on your lower back, you should feel some movement here. Lungs don't just affect the front of the upper body, obviously, but the back as well. This is quite strong. If you want to go even further, and you really don't have to, this is enough already, push the elbows a little bit further to the back here. Yeah, we'll take a deep breath in. On the exhale, we turn our head back to the front, and then we change sides here. So we do exactly the same thing, but bring the other hand towards the front, towards the back first. So got that? One was like this, the other one's like that. Cool. Great. Now from here, turn your head to the right. And while we're here, we're just going to check if we're tensing up our jaw in any way. If we are, or even if we're not, let's break into a smile. Okay, we take deep breaths, feel the hands rise and fall as you breathe in and out. And feel your whole body relax. We can push the elbows further to the back, we can push the shoulders further to the back. But again, we're staying and we're holding here. That might already be quite a lot to take. Good. A few more breaths. Don't frown. And then slowly release. Turn your head back to the front, arms shake off. Very good. Now from here, stand up and bring your hands onto your seat. Good. Now we're going to walk our feet a little bit further away. Don't worry about how far. It doesn't have to be super far. Just feet no longer underneath the hips. Good. From here, really ground yourself with the hands here. Hopefully you don't have a chair with rolls. If you do, then don't do it, or place it against the wall. Now from here, come forward and take yourself back. This is going to go, obviously you're going to work your core here, even though it's not the strongest core exercise, but you're also going to go into your wrists and into the tops of the hands here and into your forearms, and still we're working the shoulders. So you might find this harder than you would normally find it, given that we just worked our arms and shoulders quite a bit. just stay with us here. Going back and forth, getting some movement going. Good. The more we do this, the further we come towards the front, the more we'll realize we're also going to go into our calves here, and we're going to work our ankles. We can squeeze our glutes. A few more like that. Good. Just a couple more, and we're done. Very good. Now from here, bring yourself a little bit further forwards again. So bring your feet back to where they were, just underneath the hips. If your arms need to shake, give them a shake. Great. And then from here, raise that left leg to the back, point your toes, and raise the leg as high as you can until the leg is in one straight line, so parallel to the ground. If that's too much, don't worry, it's just our aim. Now, if we want, we can come onto our tiptoes here, right tiptoes. Don't worry if that's too much. Good. And we'll just hold here and make sure that we're not sinking into the shoulders here. So no more squeezing of the shoulder blades. Push away from the ground as if you wanted to imprint your upper back on your ceiling. Good. Now from here, if you've risen onto your tiptoes, come down onto your heel again. And we're going to inhale and open up here. So keep the hands firmly on the ground, just push that hip up. And then exhale, push it down. Good. And in your own time, you know, I always say it, it's about your breath. So as you inhale, open up here. As you exhale, push down. Now you might be much slower in your breathing than I am. You might be much faster, but let the breath determine the movement. So inhale as you open up. And exhale as you push down. All the while, that foot stays exactly where it is. It doesn't drop, it doesn't go up. Obviously, it'll move a little bit because there's this hip action going on. But you keep that foot high. We're not going to drop it. We're not going to raise it or anything like that. This is really just about the hip. Very good. Okay, one last one. Good. And from here, we're going to grab hold of our left foot with the left hand. If that's too much, don't worry. Just open up a little bit here, bring the toes towards the front, and then try again, or just raise that leg, okay? Otherwise, toes stay facing our right hand. Good. Now we're going to open up here. So this is not Natarajasana or Lord of the Dance, in which we're actually trying to push the hip down and raising that leg. This is just us opening up. The variation, very, very varied in the variation of half moon. Good. Now from here, release. We're going to do the other side. If your leg needs a shake, give it a shake. And then raise that right leg or the other leg if you started with the other leg. And just stay here, completely fine to stay, or rise up onto your left tiptoes. And then just relax here, check on your shoulders, and breathe. Still into your lower belly, not forgetting those deep belly breaths. And again, the aim is to have the foot in line with the hip here, but if it's lower, that's obviously fine as well. If you need to bend a little bit here because you're going too deeply into the hamstring, that's fine as well. Just work with what's okay for you to do. And if you don't want to be on your tiptoes here, that's absolutely understandable. You can just bring that heel back down onto the ground. Very good. Just a little bit longer. Good. And then we bring our heel back down, and we're going to open up and push that right hip down. So we inhale and push the hip up. We exhale and push it down. So this little movement here is what we're going to nail now in our own time. So I'm going a little bit fast now because I'm talking, not breathing. Well, I'm still breathing while I'm talking, but here we go. So inhale, opening up, exhale, pushing down. And again, in your own time, find that breath of yours and then observe how the movement follows the breath. Don't worry, we're almost done. I promised you 10 minutes of breathing, so I'm going to stick to that. Good. One last time, all right? We're going to inhale and raise that hip as high as we can, and exhale and push the hip back down. And then from here, raise that hip up again, bend your leg, grab hold of your foot. All right? And if that's all a bit much, we're going to turn our heel towards the back here, and then it'll become a little bit easier. But if you can balance with the toes still reaching for the chair towards that left hand, then that's great too. Good. And relax here, soften your jaw, soften your whole body. Great. Last deep breath in here. And on the exhale, we release. Super well done. We're going to shake off the legs. We're going to shake off the arms. And we'll come back down onto our chair. Good. And maybe just give yourself a little moment in case you feel like your breath has deteriorated or you're out of breath. Just a few deep breaths. Eyes can close. And on the exhalations, let your shoulders drop. Just get comfortable in your body. If you want, you can exhale through the mouth. Completely up to you. Very good. Now you can keep the eyes closed. The first part of this next exercise is very easy. The humming bee or Bramhari Pranayama. So what we're going to do is just hum. So we're going to take a deep breath in and then hum out. And as you're humming out, imagine you're a bee. That's it. Just imagine that bee sound and imagine it inside your own head. You can also imagine chanting Om, because this Om is obviously one O on A as well. It's a very round sound, and that will have an effect on the sound that you can hear in your brain and what trickles down your spinal cord. So we can imagine that. You don't have to, but just a nice round sound now. Take a deep breath in and hum out. Lovely way to prep your voice for talking a lot as well. If you've got a presentation that you're preparing for, this is it. We're going to do that a few more times, and if you want to, you can start by closing the ears. So just pressing onto the tragus of the ears here, not going inside the ear. That's not really advisable. So from here, deep breath in and hum out. And that might have already felt quite different because we're much more inside our own head like that. And we're now going to also close off the eyes. So for those who know their mudras, their hand gestures, this is Sanmukhi mudra. It means the turning of the senses inwards. So fingertips on top of the eyes. Actually, what it is the forefinger and middle finger on top of the eyes. The remaining fingers come a little bit lower here around your mouth. But if that's a little bit complicated, it's not a problem. Just have your eyes covered. Then bring your thumbs onto the tragus of the ears, and we're going to do 3 rounds. Before you do that, before you close your ears, 3 rounds of humming out, just humming out. And when you're done, release the hands, open the eyes again. You might have felt a lot of things. You might have felt vibrations here. Maybe you felt the roots of your hair or something. You might have also felt little vibrations on your nose, on the tips of your tongue, maybe your lips. So all of these things are normal. And what it does as well, it creates more vibrations, like I said, trickles down your spinal cord, and it calms your pain-sensitive nerve cells. So it's a wonderful way to just calm your body, and also fantastic, especially not just for any pain, but particularly for migraines and headaches, because you're so much inside your own head. And yeah, this is great. And what I was saying at the beginning about exhalations being longer than the inhalations, so focusing our out breaths on becoming longer, is similar to this as well. So one way of activating the vagus nerve, the longest cranial nerve in our body, is just to breathe deeply, in deeply, out deeply. We're speeding that up a little bit when we exhale for longer than we inhale. And the fastest way to activate the vagus nerve is to also engage our vocal cords. So what we can do now, and this is a little bit more tricky, I'm so glad we've got time, is hum in, because this Bramhari Pranayama is often only taught as the male B, which we've done just now, but there's a female part to it as well. And these 2 parts go together so that in essence, you don't have to stop humming. So what you do, the female B is humming in. It's a little bit harder, but it's possible. And I'm going to show you how. We're going to put one hand on our stomach and one hand on our chest. We're just going to do a little intake of breath, nothing more than that, just going. We'll do that a few more times. Good. And now you'll notice that you can do this without any sound, just going, or you can add a little bit of sound. We can do that very easily. We'll just go, we tend to do that when we're shocked or surprised. We'll go, so there we go, very easy. Now all we have to do is just close our mouth while we do that. So we'll go not, but easy, right? Okay, so we'll do that a few times. And if you're struggling, go back to one of the earlier steps, so opening the mouth, doing that, sound and intake of breath, or then try and do it with the mouth closed, all together. And the reason we've got our hands here on the stomach and chest is because we obviously don't just want to use our clavicular and intercostal breath, but also our diaphragmatic breath. So we'll feel both the chest and stomach rise. We'll feel the rib cage expand as well. And now we're going to lengthen that sound that we've created, and not just go, but go. And there you've got a hum. Maybe not the strongest hum, but it doesn't have to be the strongest hum in the universe. It can just be a nice, slow, and relaxed hum. So we're going to stay relaxed in every part of the body. We're just humming in a little bit more. And if you want to get more into the spirit of things, you can close the eyes. Good. And when you're ready, you can close the ears again. We're going to start step by step and keep humming in. from here, you want to close the eyes as well, fingertips onto the eyes, or just the peace fingers onto the eyes, remaining fingers around the mouth, and we close off the ears with the thumbs, and we hum in. Okay, now we've gotten so good at that, we're going to put those two together. It's going to probably still be much, much easier for you to hum out because we're just more used to that. We've done it all our lives, humming to lovely music, and that calms us down. But putting them together has that effect of you not breaking those vibrations through your body. So you're just keeping those vibrations up. It becomes a continuous flow of keeping our vagus nerve activated so that we keep metabolizing our stress hormones until they're gone and keep activating the parasympathetic nervous system. So start without the hands, don't worry about the mudra, and just take a deep breath in and hum out, and then immediately after that try to hum in. And while we hum like that, we won't put any pressure on the diaphragm or any other part of our body. You can keep going while I explain. So you might have noticed that very naturally, the in-breath is much shorter than the exhale. And that's what we want because of our vagus nerve, like I said, over and over again today. So this is not a problem. And as your lung capacity grows, as your vital capacity gets more and more, you will feel that you can hum for longer, and you can also hum in and out for longer. But that exhalation, that humming out, is always going to be longer. And that's a good thing. So now if you want, close off the ears and the eyes. We're going to do 3 hums. So sorry, 6 hums altogether, but 3 rounds. So starting by humming out. Deep breath in. And then with the eyes still closed, once you've done your round, just drop the chin to the chest and do a little half round, taking that chin over towards the shoulder via your collarbone, over to the other shoulder, and back down again. And from here, we raise the head, we roll the shoulders to the back, we take a deep breath in and raise the arms, look up, then we exhale and bring the hands to the heart center. Thank you very much, and I will see you again soon.